you. I feel like I've smelled you before. I'm so hungry, so hungry.
The knight looks at you impatiently.
Taste it. That's good meat. I accept it as an offering. You may leave now. Taste it. That's good meat. I accept it as an offering. You may leave now. Taste it. That's good meat.
welcome again. Unfortunately, I only have enough ingredients for one of these, so choose wisely.
The woman grows more and more desperate in her search. You hear her mumbling something under her breath as you draw near. She doesn't even notice your approach. She looks at you with sadness in her eyes.
You won't give up with these questions, will you, stranger? A few years ago, I found a little boy wandering around one of the battlefields. He was so tiny, so adorable. I treated him like a son. But he
She covers her face with one ragged sleeve.
had to be an abomination conjured out of the weirdness. He stole my youth. He stole my health. He didn't change. After 5 years, he should have been 12. But he looked 7 just the day we met. But me, just look at me. I suddenly grew old, rapidly. Most of my hair fell out in one single night. I had no choice but to leave him. I needed to save myself, to keep these last years of my life inside me. I still regret it. I still love him dearly. But I had to.
You tell her about your meeting with Futhark, the boy playing with runestones and waiting for his mother.
So you met him, and he's still waiting for me. That's heartbreaking. You must think I'm a horrible mother, but I had no choice. I don't know whether he's a ghost or an abomination conjured by the weirdness, but he was killing me. Literally. If I could be cured, or if this disease could at least slow down. I miss him so much. I think of nothing else, and I just wish I could take care of him again. It's not the one I'm looking for, but I'll keep it. Here, choose something you need, as an exchange.
Deep within the darkness, at the very edge of your vision, you notice a village emerging from twists of the weirdness. At times like this, you certainly wish you had a lit weird candle. As you get closer, you see dozens of villagers merged with their homes, yet still moving their limbs. They're desperately trying to reach anything that could help them to drag their bodies out of the walls. Horrifying sounds echo from the throats of those who can still scream. Is this the village the witch told you about?
It's
It's the voice of an elderly man. He clearly cannot see you, for he has no eyes. His intestines hang loose from his severed belly and merge with the weird weeds reaching up from the ground. You try to speak to him, but he seems completely unaware of your presence. You see a mother with 2 children. The weirdness caught them as they tried to escape from their hut, so only the upper halves of their body remain visible. The children are smiling and reaching into the sky with their tiny arms. Again, she doesn't seem to notice you. Her voice is just a whisper. Perhaps she's talking to herself, or perhaps she's talking to the weirdness. You come upon a lifeless shack. Peering into the window, you can see dried out herbs and tincture flasks. Something tells you that this must be the home of the witch who sent you here. As you enter the shack and examine the various esoteric ingredients scattered around, you realize that you could make quite powerful explosives with them. Your mind wanders. Using such explosives here, would it be a mercy or mass murder? As you light the explosives you made and run to a safe distance, you suddenly feel a burning sensation rising within you. Hotter and hotter it burns until you feel as if flames engulf your whole body. No matter how far or how fast you run, the heat increases into a torment. When the heat finally dies down, you realize that the village was only a hallucination. Deciding to burn it down meant burning yourself. It was all in your head after all. You immediately feel refreshed. However, you feel a strange chill running down your spine like an icy finger. It might not be safe to stay here any longer. As the waters heal you again, the spring runs dry. You can feel it. The candlemaker's nightmare is going to appear again. And indeed, you see the enormous body slowly materializing out of the weirdness. The candle burns through the monster's skin. Limbs stretching wildly out of his belly twist and gyre in desperate motion. He quickly disappears into the shadows, seeking the protection of the weirdness. This feels like an echo of something that happened before. Like then, you're left with the sensation of a strange power growing within you.